Big up everybody in the chat. Right, let me get a few things straight before I start this. This ain't a narrative. This is something that I was contacted by the family, and at the time, I was told quite a lot of things that, anyway, the family believed that, well, the family believed that a lot of things on here contributed to what happened to Rita, and I'll explain the time frame, and then I'll let people judge for themselves. Now, it was about a 3 month time frame, and the time frames from about September last year till December and around. You have from when the voice note thing came out, and he was being non-stop on a daily. He was non-stop because he sat with me by Axel constantly, non-stop. He was non-stop by Abby. Now, Abby did a live last night. Fair enough, she didn't do it in public, but really felt. So really talked to me about that behind the scenes. And I said, really, why are you letting it annoy you? He says, I can't have people saying that about me. Do you know, what if she brings tried to do that in public? Do you know, same with when Axel had the banner up for how long, saying GC and really are fucking nonsense. And I said, really, why are you letting it annoy you? I can't have that. He said, I can't have it. He was desperate to clear his name. Desperate, even though he wasn't a nonce, he was desperate to clear his name. That's not also NUDF, basically calling him a woman abuser. CD that. Now, I'm not saying really didn't say stuff back, but if we're all going to be brutally honest about it, did really just jump up and start calling people shit, like say stuff to Axel, no, just for the sake of it? No, no. If we're going to be honest, no. Now it's another one. We've then got Cumbrian Truth, who Axel got to get in a group called to try threaten Reedy. Now I'll explain Reedy's last few minutes. So Reedy's niece went to the house, and Reedy was basically at the window screaming, help, help, and she couldn't get in. She couldn't get in. Now, Reedy always said he never locked his door. Now, what happened about the week before that was Axel not saying he was in his town. Now, by the time the fire brigade had got there, he was dead. All right? Do people want to now get the picture here of nonsense somebody off for 3 months solid? And I'll not listen. I'll go back and forth into things. TNK. I believe if you were right. So I got a message from Frosty one day. GC TNK just messaged me. He thinks really he's going to do something. Like, in other words, commit suicide. I said, what? Right, so, like, can you contact him? Now, this is TNK that said sat on a live after his death. I was good mates with him. You know, get the fuck out of here. You sat and you let people on that panel knowing how bad he was taking things, and you let him. When Abby and him were arguing, I rang to get him off the panel, and TNK, you fucking messaged him. You fucking messaged him to get him back on the panel for your fucking entertainment. You fucking scumbag. Now, Axel, you are a fucking scumbag. Whether you like it or not, you are a scumbag. I've seen the posts you put up. Not once did I nonce really off. No, listen, we've all had our arguments. I'm not denying that. We've all had our arguments. Now, in that 3 month period, Reedy was saying he was going to visit his family. Remember, he used to say he was going to his sister's for dinner, no? Reedy didn't leave the fucking house. Reedy didn't fucking leave the house. Now, whether you want to think that it's just names on here and it's just a screen and it's just this, lad, the other, you tell his fucking niece that. You tell his brother that. You fucking scumbags. Tell his fucking brother, tell his niece, tell his fucking the people that are fucking basically living with him. Fucking rats. And I've been holding this in for a long time. The people, oh, you can't speak. Why does he need to be spoke about? Reedy was adamant in clearing his name with everything. Reedy was announced because he sat with me. Abby, yes, so Abby confirmed last night that the live set up by basically Axel was trying to get her to basically wronging him off. So that live. Also, Abby also confirmed last night she was asked to take part in a live by TNK. Who knows really off? There you go. And the live setup, the set one that Axel set up, Abby confirmed was by Axel. Now, if you want to think that it's not sad that a guy spent the last 3 months of his fucking life being nonce off by a bunch of scumbags, for what? For what? Because he maybe said that I'll kiss some, I'll give you a kiss in the forehead, Bobs, or I'll give you a couple of kisses in the cheeks. The few women in the chat, he was seedy. As if there hasn't been worse said in here. Fucking hell. But when the voice note check came out, you didn't fucking have the same energy, you fucking rats. No energy then. No energy at all. You called Reedy a pedo and pedo Abby. Now, I'm not blaming his thing on anybody. I'm telling you a timeline of events. He spent the last 3 months not visiting his family. He was telling us offline, he was going to his sister's. They didn't see him in 3 months. The last time his niece seen him, he was at the window of his fucking house screaming, help, help. And by the time the fire brigade could get into the fucking house, he was fucking dead. Because cunts had nonced him off on here for that long, it had fucking affected his mental fucking health. Whether you want to accept that or not, that is up to fucking yous. Not me. My conscience is clear. Axel, whether you want to sit and go about ways of trying to deflect and say, oh, yeah, every people were what he said. Not once did he nonce you off or say anything until you started noncing him off. He got nonced off for sitting on a panel with me, and because I'd fight Norris as a mod. Make that make fucking sense. Come on the fuck. Now, I'm doing this early because of the wee lad downstairs, and if I did it later, I know he'd be up around me. So don't worry, he's downstairs. And I'll see at the same time, you know, my wee lad sang him a song 2 days before he died. And you know what? It made his fucking day. Now, Abby, what I don't get about you is you're that far up Axel's fucking ring piece, but you sat in live last night saying that fucking you loved him. You loved him. But you're up the guy's arse that basically bullied him for months. I asked fucking Axel on a live, why do you go at Reedy? Is it because he said to me, do you want him to call me a cunt? Yep, that was his answer. 3 months, no visits to family, 3 months, being non-stop. No, son of William, there's a difference between a bit of slagging and fucking being non-stop. 3 months, no visit to family. 3 months, being non-stop. And his niece fucking finding him at a fucking window, shouting for help, help, help. Let that fucking sink in. Okay? If any of you think that is right, you are fucking beyond me. Beyond me. I don't want to speak to anybody that thinks any of that is right. Listen, I'm saying we can all have our arguments on here. We can all have our arguments. All right? I'm not saying we're all innocent. We can all have our arguments. How many of us non somebody off fucking relentlessly for months just for the sheer fact they didn't like who they sat with, or they didn't like that they didn't go on his panel, etc. My phone speaks 1,000 words on what I really thought of you, Axel. You fucking rat. There was no fire, stoic tone. So whoever's told you lots lies. So the whole time really he was saying to us he was going around visiting family and going for Sunday dinners. He wasn't. Do you know Nolan King tried? I said Frosty, when Nolan King contacted him, I said he's trying to get. He knows that if something happens, he's trying to get away out, like away. Hang, Phil, I'm sorry I have to do it, but do you know, lad? Hang, I said Frosty, this just doesn't sit right with me. Doesn't sit right with me. And Frosty will be able to tell you so. I have no reason to lie. Right? No reason to lie. I said to Frosty, this doesn't sit right with me, him saying that. Like getting why would you get in contact with Frosty to get in contact with me if you thought somebody was going to take, like, in the process of maybe going to take their own life? Why go through 3 people? If you were so close to him, this guy was so close to you, you fucking used him for entertainment. I gave him a platform, and you fucking told him it was a troll channel to manipulate him into staying so that him and Let's wouldn't go do their own thing, and just ran with it was a troll channel. Manipulation at its finest. Now, Reedy came out with a pedo thing because Reedy fought the Abby. Reedy fought. So when Abby called Reedy a fucking pedo or not for asking, because she lied, right? Listen, she said right? She lied about having kids, right? Listen, if a stranger asked me in the street, well, do you have any kids? If I was out walking a fucking dog, I would say, yeah, I do. Now, am I going to show them pictures of my fucking kids? No, but I would happily turn around and say, yes, I've kids. He was hell bent on clearing his name from being a woman beater that he was called, a pedo, a nonce. TNK could have easily said, this guy ain't going through, is having a very hard time. Lay off him. Did he do that? No, not once did I hear him do it. Definitely wasn't banter. There's no way it was banter. And I'll tell you something how you know it wasn't banter. Because Axel lied when he said it was all planned behind the scenes. You fucking lying bastard. And now Abby sits with the exact cunt that she says that she was, were the exact cunt that she says that she says with the exact cunt that she said love is dead and had a big part in bullying him up till his death. Now let me remind you, 3 months, no going to see the family, shutting himself off. Really always said he never locked his door, he couldn't lock his door. Who remembers Axel pretended to go to Blackburn? Copying a bit of Paddy Mac because that's what Paddy Mac like did as a wind up. There's a difference between a wind up and basically threatening. So Axel thought, who remembers that? Now his niece, who couldn't even get into the house, had to watch the fire brigade get in and fucking, he was dead. 14 minutes dead. 14 minutes. And when you can't, sorry, when everybody sits over and begs up that scumbag, I said and go to myself, I am fucking baffled. Baffled of how nobody's else seen it. I go to myself, scratching my head, going, am I the only one seeing this? Now, this ain't a narrative. This ain't me to put blame on people. This is me pointing out the facts of what happened on the time frame and the people can make their own minds up on it. So remember, voice note gate end of September and around 3 months up to Reedy's death, 7th of December. Yes, and right up till lad, he was non-stop. Non-stop for sitting with me because I had fighting eyes as a mod. What the fuck had Reedy got to do with me having fighting eyes as a mod when Axel had fighting eyes as a mod? Nolan King had fighting eyes as a mod. But everybody turned a blind eye. 200 people in a chat hammering him for the fun of it. Well, to be fair, lads, I'll retract that because 90% it was banter. The 10% who were the horrible bastards who know who they are will say, well, retract that again. about 4% that were horrible bastards. This woman not going at him at every opportunity. So, do you know what the funniest thing is? Is once really had passed, TNK and Axel jumped on a live, like after the whole crocodile tear shit, and they said, yeah, it's getting too much, this. It's toxic now. It's toxic now. It's toxic now. It's toxic now. Oh, fuck. I laughed. And you know what? I laughed in a way of the fire brigade had to come and get his door. Yes. Well, yes. He had basically, you've got to remember, really always said his door couldn't lock. He couldn't get in. Fire brigade, or his sister couldn't get in. Yeah, so anyway, or sorry, not his sister, his niece. His poor niece couldn't get into the house. His niece went round because I hadn't seen him, and in 3 months, and Rady used to tell us, don't forget, Rady used to say to us, and Rady, his niece went round, and his niece was, Rady was at the window screaming, help, help, help. And by the time the fire brigade got there to get the door down and get in, 14 minutes, I'm near sure, he was there. He was there. Basically, had reclused himself in his house for 3 months for the sake of being non-stop on YouTube. But no, do you know what? Last night was, this is just a narrative. The GC's going to push out a narrative. This is fuck all to do with Lamy. This is fuck all to do with anybody else. This is just me saying it how I fucking seen it. And when I spoke to the family, who was pointed in my direction, and they are looking justice. And by God, they deserve fucking justice. Because see the justice that it would be for me if it was my family, it wouldn't be the justice by the police. If it was my brother, if it was my nephew, if it was my cousin, if it was anything, fuck that. I'll be at your doors when fucking a heartbeat. I'm glad, and I owe Manx man that I think that I thank you for basically pointing Reedy's brother in my direction. Now, I've left probably a lot out because my mind is just literally going round in circles of what went on. But you people get the picture. And I owe him a big thank you for the brother again, because you know what? His brother is just well, him and Reedy don't speak the same, but just like Reedy, he's a fucking lovely fella. Absolute gentleman. And it's nice to be able to stay in contact with them. Yes, Kirsty, but Phil, I'll be brutally honest, the family know what Kirsty is because the brother basically told me. So I don't really need to say much on that. They know exactly what she is. But at the same time, she was a scumbag for coming on and saying the shit she did. Absolute scumbag. And then following him about. But I know what Axel's going to come back with. What he said about my sister, what he ever said about your sister, if you didn't go on knowing. Now, I'm not saying two wrongs is right, but every reaction has, or whatever the fucking saying is, every reaction has a reaction, doesn't it? He now just when you think about it, time frame, 3 months and around. Stop talking to his family, and not 3 months. Stop talking to his family. Ah, his niece went round, and yeah, he was out the window, basically crying, "Help! Help! Help!" By the time the fire brigade came to kick the door in or get to cut the door down, he was dead. 14 minutes or so. Now, another thing was used against him was the Zarby phone call thing. Does anybody ever think that he was maybe ringing Zarby for somebody to talk to? It's a lot easier to talk to a girl than it is a fella. And Zara has never once accused him of being like a hang. She doesn't, accuse him of being a fucking CD cunt or anything there. Yeah, Sarah told her to take away, which I didn't agree with. I didn't agree with that either. That was a bad move, but uh maybe a few people wake up now of what nonsense somebody off for so long when yeah, that's true, Phil. When it can have a detrimental effect on people saying I see Axel's put up a post. That's why I went fuck it. I'll do the live now because he put up a post. He can say I rang Scotty G. I wasn't ringing Scotty G to nonce him off. I wasn't going to nonce Scotty G off from me months upon months. Call him a woman beater with no factual evidence. You're a scumbag, Axel. Yeah, if you're not far behind him, yeah. A banner for months saying GC and Reedy are nonsense. Not a word spoke. Nobody even said that's wrong. Not one person said that's wrong. Why is Reedy in that? Okay, I can get why maybe. Listen, I've thick enough skin. I tried to say to Reedy, don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. Basically, his words were to me was, "What's happening, Paddy?" His words were to me, was basically, hold on 2 seconds, that he can't cope with being notched off. He wants to clear his name. Is that Bean Runner 2.0 Monk? Now, the family are looking justice. And what way they go about that, I don't know. That's up to them. But if anybody wants to dispute the timeline, go ahead, feel free, because we have a lot of evidence to back it up. There's no narrative that needs pushed. It was there in front of you for all to see. I understand. Now, listen. So, whose chat was that last night? We were all in Lammy's, and Celtic was getting a bit of abuse in the chat. And he said it's pack mentality. Where was the pack mentality? Where was the shout out at the pack mentality? Because when Reedy was being gone at and non-stop, no, nobody wanted to get involved in, because it was inconvenient, because it was the night's entertainment. Imagine your mate sitting on a panel on the day, right? Your mates with somebody. Your mates with some. Well, you claim your mates with somebody. The day he dies, you have somebody comes on the panel and says, "I don't give a fuck. I didn't like the cunt anyway." And you just let that guy sit in the panel, still talk away to him. Fucking hell. Talk about an insult to injury. Not even a, whoa, hold on a minute. Callum, he's a mate of mine. TNK, you're a fucking scumbag rat. Always was, always was. Correct, correct. The more I think about it is, the more I think is, did he give a fuck? Because sure wasn't he having phone calls with Abby? No, listen. If anybody has that live of what's happening, Kelsey, if anybody has that live of where the very first live of where Amanda, TNK are crying, why can I not see? What is your most memorable moment that I can't see? Oh, uh, do you know what? There's that many. There's that many. I have to say, the Cup of Soup one is definitely one of the funniest. The funniest things. At a rogue mod, Joey took in the process. Right, listen, me and Reedy talked on the phone and shit like that too. So we had some laugh, like, and I'm wondering should I upload the song he sang us, and you can hear the hurt. For everybody that has backed Axel through this and says it's only words, it's only this. EF, you two, you've got hang. Yes, I know he said stuff back, but he would never ever said the stuff if he wasn't started on. That's the way I look at him. By the group of yous. I'm sorry, I keep going in and out of stuff, because it's hard to remember everything. Teabag Tracy, what you said to him a week before his death, you were going to go take his dog off him, and he was living like a tramp. No, that guy was just living in complete disarray, feeling that he had nobody because he had been notched off on YouTube. His niece now has to live with that, finding him for the rest of her life. At the minute, it's hard to even think of a happy moment about him. Like, not about him, because there is plenty, but hard to even say one because it is. It's been a tough, what, month to get to this. And I know people were saying, oh, you know, I said to Reedy's brother, it's not in me to come on disrespect and talk about a guy that's just passed away. So I wasn't going to do it on the week of his death. I wasn't going to do it 2 weeks. I wasn't going to do it around Christmas time. I wasn't going to do it in start of January. So I said to them, I'll do it at the end of January. Now, before people get a lot of things confused, Reedy's brother and all came to me. They didn't come to me with saying who did this, who did what. They had seen exactly what went on. And then respect the Manxman that and stuff for pointing them in the right to me to speak with me. A family now without fucking an uncle, a brother, a loved one. Because of a bunch of scumbags that couldn't even rein it in a bit when they knew. TNK knew, that fucking rat knew how much this was affecting, but not once that he turned around and say, Axel, listen, or kick Axel off. And, or not once did he say EF, EF. Rein it in a bit, or else stop. The guy's struggling. You put numbers over a guy's mental health. You actually wanted him to come back up after me ringing him to get him off the panel when he was arguing with Abby. I rang him to get him off because I knew he didn't sound in a very, very good place. I said, come off. He came off. He rang me back and he says, TNK is messaging me to come back up in the panel to try sort things out with Abby. What was there to sort out? She fucking nonce them off. He was just on his own, Pablo. He disappeared for 4 days. And I managed to get in Kirsty's number and get in contact with Kirsty. That's when me and him had a bit of a wee tiff. Because he thought I was... But I was really concerned. So I went out of my way to get in contact with Kirsty and said, Kirsty, I'm worried about him. I haven't heard from him 4 days. Is there any way you can find out from me? And lucky enough, but yeah, 3 months he hadn't. No, I stopped, Frosty. That's it. There's a difference. There's a difference between having an argument and making up the next day than being non-stop on a daily basis. I know plenty of people sit in the chat and say stuff to women, but people don't call it out on it. I think we all do, don't we? You, Axel, are a fucking scumbag of the highest fucking order. Whether you want to sit and have a deep think and actually go, okay, maybe I did. And man, or else you want to be in denial the rest of your life. Yes, that's right. Who had a quiz? I don't know who had a quiz. That's right, that short where he basically he lost the plot. What's happening, Lego Alex? Where he lost the plot when Axel showed his true colours. He deserved everything he got. I couldn't give a fuck. He's dead, blah blah, whatever he said. I seen it, Vlad, mate. I've seen that actually. I've seen it, and sorry, the comments are going that quick. There was a comment that I actually came across that I wanted to point out, but I've lost it. Abby's live last night. Let me discuss Abby's live last night. So I'm assuming her and Axel kind of had like a wee, or I'm assuming she kind of panicked and thought this live was going to be dedicated to her. Nah. I know what you are, Abby. Well, you want to say that it was an argument in private or not? Really felt he needed to bring that out before because you were sitting with Axel, who was nonching him off on a daily basis, and maybe you would have said something to him. Now do you get the picture of why maybe brought it out? Instead of even coming on saying, I get why Rady brought it out, you tried everything to deflect. The only good thing you did was tell us that Axel tried to push you into setting up a live that was basically the wrong on him off. And that's what the live was about. Who remembers Axel on TNK saying, oh, there'll be an expose about you, really? There'll be an expose about you. TNK, you are a fucking scumbag that has degree, man. To come on here and say, I even rang GC, but you didn't have the gumption to even say when he passed away, oh, Axel Rangman said GC was dead alive. You can went on your panel and you wouldn't even mention my name. But see when he see after that, you were laying, oh, I even got Frosty to contact GC. I even got Frosty to contact GC. You fucking scumbag bastard. You knew exactly what he was going through. And for clicks and views, you did not give a fuck. All the entertain people that don't give a fuck about you, you learn ways. In fact, I don't think anybody gives a fuck about you now. Really was 10 times a man you'll ever be. Axel, really was fucking 20, 100 times a man you'll ever be. Do you know what the funniest thing is? He'd have knocked your fucking cunt in and you knew it. And that's why you never once ever went to Blackburn. That's why you'd have fake going to Blackburn. That's why you'd have nod him off. Because you couldn't go and have him a fair fight. And he called you out on it. Because obviously he didn't want to be speaking to me, Joker. Yeah, anybody like listen, anybody at all feels like a down. People can say I'm a cunt all they want. And like they can say I'm a cunt all they want. Don't get me wrong. I've had more arguments on here. I've had my hang, but I don't fucking nonce people off. Your go-to is nonce or woman beater, Axel. Nonce, woman beater, nonce, woman beater. That's all you can call them. That's it, Frosty. But like, I don't, nobody comes on. We don't need to discuss each other's private information. I don't come on and go, oh, like I was, I speak to Frosty about his hand. Whereas Axel, I suck up for no, when Frosty was on the bridge, you know, give it a fucking rest, you scumbag. That's it. That's it. That's it. So that's it. Ah, So just have in your heads, I know that what's going to be said. It's only words. It's only words because I seen that narrative being pushed about last night. If people can't handle it, just shut it down. Really, did a lot of I've been on here years and with a lot of friends, and like that he wanted to sit with. Why the fuck should he have to shut the app down because some cunt's nonsense him off? Make that make sense. But he felt he had to fight his corner. I'm waving my phone at the laptop here. I'm glad I know what he thought of you, Axel. I'm fucking glad I know what he thought of you. Fucking glad. But just like Lane, just like now, that'll never be outed because that's between me and Rita. And said after this, I was probably going to take a break. I'm going to take a break from doing lives for a bit, and then I'll go back to the. Oh yeah. Sorry, I've just. Axel also said he had spoke to his brother and shit too. You know, I was all. I am doing the football lives, Monk. I'm gonna do them. Uh it was all made up behind the scenes. Like really loved it. Yeah, really loved coming on to get non-stop. My phone says different ways. My phone calls with him said different way otherwise. You know. There we go. Well, that's fair play to Observer. There's numbers on the players on our page. If anyone needs them, don't suffer in silence. Uh we're playing Fulham on Sunday, Joey. Uh I look at my wee lad and I say to myself, Jesus, I'm blessed. But I also look and go, I've got nieces, I've got nephews. Would I ever want them to ever find me and never ever be able to get into my fucking house? Have to wait for a fire brigade to come. By the time the fire brigade comes, your uncle's dead. Jesus Christ. I'm not asking for much. There's one thing all I do is ask for is stop the nonsense off without any evidence or shit like that to back it up. Pack mentality was talked about last night in Lami's chat. The one time that somebody was had a go at in near a year that I've seen. So, but it wasn't pack mentality when Brady was a marker of the fucking show because you all loved it and wanted to laugh and McRae, couldn't have said it better. Nonsense on and off is not banter. What's happening, Lockie? I hope you're good. It affects people that aren't strong enough mentally. If you're not strong enough mentally and have thick skin, and to give me just 1 second. Sorry, I was just trying to ring Bob because I spoke to Bob last night and Bob said to me what they did to that fella, etc. And I know people are going to say, what Bob, blah, blah, blah. He called Bob. Do you remember he said to Bob, you fucking, because Bob said to him, asked him a question because Kirsty had said basically the thing, and Bob asked him, and he said something mad to Bob. You know, Bob could have went at him day after day after day. Thing I always think on here is like, if you're gonna nonce somebody or put your face to it and let them come see you, I'm sure at some stage Ash will get his fucking upcomings like, uh anyone with any real value in life wouldn't call someone a nonce without real reason. I totally agree with that, Urban, mate. And we've seen the Urban might throw in his joking banter stuff and when but there's never no real deep malice. You know, like people can do that. Give an example. Me and Boy Rabbit last night. I've actually nothing against the fella, but it was just banter. Like, it was no malice in it and changes. Do you know what I mean? There was no malice in it. Like, there was no calling each other nonsense. There's no fucking thing. There was no, like, no need to go. Unfortunately, the person that was non-stop that much is now dead. 3 months, no contact with the family. The cheek of cunts on the day that he died to say, I'll take his dog too. The cheek, the cheek of cunts to actually say that. That's true, that's true. He said, what did I say, Randy? Sorry, because I read that comment. Oh, sorry, who said that? Callum said that. Callum said, oh, there was quite a few actually said they would go down and pick up the dog on the day that he died, Randy. Callum sat on a panel 10 minutes after T and Ken Amanda did the big cry Callum sat on TNK's panel and said, well, to be honest, I don't give a fuck. I didn't like the cunt anyway. But TNK was supposed to be his mate, Randy. TNK was supposed to be his mate. And he just let him say it. Didn't pull him up on it. And it wasn't till, I think, a few more shouts after that he actually, like, people were saying, whoa, you can't say that and stuff like that. He then got pulled up on it. So he did. But if it wasn't for people saying, like, I wasn't expect. Do you know what? Like, I don't expect people to all be like, "Oh Jesus, oh let's I get on." Well, like not everybody get on. Or I don't expect everybody to care realistically, but you have to have a bit of decorum, like and go. Well, if that's his mate, I wouldn't be jumping on his panel. If anybody wants to jump up and add a few things, feel free. I know a lot. Phil, I want to give a shout out. Phil Wannick. I know a lot of people don't like that. William Online. William Online has put out very good clips. Phil Wannick, Genghis, Manxman, Chemical, Big Vlad. Can't forget fucking Sergeant Vlad, or else he'll fucking go mental. The likes of Korma, Love United, hate the Glazers. Joker, Frosty. Listen, I could go on and on and on. The list is endless. The list is endless. Well, it's not endless to be fair, but
Morning.
Morning.
I've missed the live, man. I've missed the live. I've just woke up.
Yeah, well, I was just talking people through the whole hang of how he was found and his niece having to find him, and the ring. The wee lads in the toilet there.
The bully brigade, they pushed him and pushed him and pushed him. They knew he was in that position. He was screaming out. Not push him over the edge. Axel, you've got blood on your hands. Northern Kings fucking cracked up anyway. AF played a massive part as well. All try to change the channels, take videos down, and it's too late. It's on YouTube. It's fuck Elliot and Days. No point taking things down when you've done the damage.
Well, that said, if you've nothing to hide, keep things. Why not keep everything up? Why did you clear your channel? Hold on, because
the girl got.
What's that, the Frosty bit?
I just jumped up to see if you're cool. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm dead on.
Good,
Bar humbug too. Sorry, I'm just because of what I'm like. I'm forgetting people when I shout. Frosty, you know yourself of the timeline. I've talked to you about it behind the. I told you at the time. I'd said don't be saying to anybody because I would do a live about it at some stage and let people know the timeline of events and let them
Sorry for the shoot off, yeah, but I'm just disappointed. I can't understand how Axel's still he's done what he's done. The kid's not young no longer. How many other people has Axel done that to? And the rest of them. But he tried it with me the other day. Look, yeah, I'm stronger.
Well, Bob, that's what I said. Look, like, I tried to tell, like, get into Reedy's head off. I've thick skin. I could take the banner being about me. Was calling me a nonsense shit, even though he had Fighting Irish as a mod, even though TNK had Fighting Irish as a mod, and spoke to him behind the scenes and shit like that. But it couldn't set into Reedy's head. Reedy couldn't accept it. His thing was, I have to go on and defend myself, which I totally understand because everybody's different, aren't they?
Well, he's got to fight his corner.
Everybody's different. And what's happening, Joey? And you come on and you fight. You either fight your corner or else you don't. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, he was fighting against a group of people with
a group of trolls that's well known, basically known for their.
I'd say he was fighting against a group of people with no morals.
Yeah. So,
when you have morals and when you have morals and you're fighting with people that don't have morals, it's a fucking tough battle, mate. Because you don't do what other people would. Anyway, yeah.
No, say listen, Frosty. Get out what you want to get out, man. There's no.
Yeah, and I just see it as like that. If you're going to war with people that have no morals and you have morals, you're fighting a losing battle from the beginning because they're going to go to extents that you won't go to, and it's going to be a tough fight for you.
Yeah,
so that's how I see it with the boy.
I agree, but no, that's 100%. I agree with it. And then it takes.
I've got to go.
Right, take it easy, Bob. It takes you to have thick.
Oh, Bob, come on.
It takes you to have thick skin. On.
Yeah, it does. I'm not gonna lie. It's taken me away. I'm still learning to not get bothered by certain things that I see written or said about. Like, it's a tough one. And as I say, if you're not a scumbag, you can't. It's very hard not to fight fire with fire. So
yeah, you're right there.
You get what? So yeah. Sorry, go on, General. I ain't jumped up to overtake and waffle.
No. Listen, everybody's input is valid. I've went through the time frame of what has happened, and I hope if anybody's joining you, if they want me to go through the time frame again, 3 months of bullying, nonsense off, called a woman beater, 3 months. Hold on to me. 3 months of not in contact with his family. He basically reclused in his house and didn't hang. His niece goes round, can't get in. Reedy's at the window screaming help. The fire brigade come to cut the door down and get in the house. And Reedy's sitting on the sofa right there. So
that must be. You see that poor girl. That's who I like. I feel for his whole family, but you see his niece who had, and that was his little favorite niece kind of thing. Like, we know what it like. Do you get what I'm saying, General? Like, I feel for that girl, man. She's gonna have to deal with that for the rest. She's gonna. I feel for his niece, mate. I'm getting tears in my eyes because I swear down, this is mad.
Same, I'm pissed off, man. Yeah, it's mad, innit? You never know what people are going through, man.
3 months of it. 3 months. It's a long time now, isn't it?
I used to see him as a soldier and that. He's like me. I used to just think, I don't need to back Reedy, but Reedy always used to back me. And I say, bro, don't back me, bro. Answer to me. I don't care what you say. Like, no, it's wrong. You get me?
Boy,
with him, I used to let him like, rinse him out. I think, right there, bro. Let me just say, I used to think, Reedy's cool. I know people are rinsing him. I could jump on his back and say, don't talk to him like that. But it makes us look like body boys, like we need each other. But we're both on the internet ourselves. We're both strong in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not going to go into speculation.
That's why I used to like just leave him because I know he can handle it, innit? But now I think fucking hell, probably he was struggling in it, but you never know, innit? That's what the point is.
I will say this, Stevie. His family want justice.
His
family. Nothing to do with people pushing narratives. Nothing to do with people trying to accuse people on like here.
You don't need to.
It's to do with what the family have seen.
Yeah, it's
watched. It's all there. They have watched it, seen it, and they want justice.
A lot. GC as well. You know, I've got that fucking habit noncing him off and all that on a live.
Yes, I
Over,
was
man.
about Abby. 2 seconds, I'm bringing it on.
Look, I didn't can read you as well as you guys in that, right? Sometimes he said some fucked up shit when he was backed into a corner by 2, 3, 4 people on the panel.
Yeah.
But see the very fucking within 10 minutes or the next live, he was actually fucking admitting how guilty he felt about shit, man.
Yeah.
There's no lot of other people on this panel, this fucking thing, like, including myself,
He had morals,
that
didn't
day
he?
that. You get what I mean?
Yeah, he
100%
was.
outlaw, 100%.
I remember when the fucking couple of times his nieces and nephews were in the chats and everything, man. And you're right, GC, man. They fucking doted on him, mate. Fucking doted on him.
All for 10K's entertainment as well. All for
He doted on his family. He doted on his family. I didn't know he lived alone and whatever in his life. You get me? But all I know is that he loved his family.
See when his brother, I spoke to his brother, and his brother told me what happened. I was fucking Jesus. I couldn't even.
I can imagine, mate, because I kind of pissed off you've been about.
You could hear it in your voice, GC, as well, when you did that live that New Year, the Christmas, was it around there? You first announced it, you could hear it in your voice. It's fucking sad. It was our fucking distraught, man.
I don't even mean it like that, but you lot ain't heard the voice note he sent me to tell me that Reedy had passed, mate. Fucking hell, bruv. You lot ain't heard that. No one ever will, but General's been...
fucking hell.
It was good, mate, to Reedy, weren't it, General? A lot closer than others were, anyway.
To put things in context in that, I've got voice notes from Reedy where we're just dissing people and that, like, just saying what we think offline, but I've got voice notes from my sister. I've got voice, like what you just said, but what Crafty just said, I've got voice notes from my sister that's passed. You get me? But I never go back to them because at that time, before she passed, we was arguing. So I know the voice notes are going to be her arguing with me or me arguing with her. But I won't delete it. It's still on my phone, innit? But it's deep in it. But with the things we've read, though, it's like happy thoughts. I can listen to them because it's just banter and what we think of people. You know what I mean?
We'll say this here, mate. Arguments are just a temporary juxtaposition, mate. That's,
yeah.
You know what I mean, man?
Yeah.
Think of all the other shit before that, man, eh?
Yeah,
100%, yeah. That's the one. That's the one.
People probably found it weird that I used to sing the "I Fell" every morning. Like,
hey, do you remember when me and Reedy used to come on a panel and be like, "Oh, Reedy, did you get a song this morning?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, Frosty, I got one. Did you get one?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I got one." Fuck's sake, mate.
This is what I was going to say. Is I don't even sing to Frosty anymore because it's got the point now where I felt like I can't at the moment. Like I get
that.
You know what I think as well. You know what I think as well.
One second, let General finish that bit. Go on.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you how it started. One time I sang them for a laugh, and he was like, "Fuck." He was like, "You're not a bad singer," because the song on the background, right? Listen, I know I'm shit at singing, so I started being from then on sending him and Frosty just voice notes, but it made his morning every morning. And see if I didn't send him one, he'd message me and said, "Where's my song?"
I was thinking there's something wrong with you, maybe.
Yeah, where's my? Why'd you not sing to me?
You know how mad it is? I'd turn my phone on and like General, like obviously I turn my phone on flight mode when I go to bed because I don't want to be bothered when I'm sleeping, yeah. But I turn my phone on at like 7:30, 8 in the morning, yeah. And then I'll get a WhatsApp from General at like 6:45, and after fucking nutter, bro. Me and Reedy used to laugh about that, cuz. Listen, the day that I wake up and get a singing note from General, I'll know that the fella's back and I'll be happy. But until that, we'll just wait for that day. But big up the voice notes of the songs, man. I remember them well.
Let me just say this though, innit? Let me just say this to everyone in that, innit? You get me? Like, obviously, it's been like a month. It's been like a mad month. Everyone's had Christmas. Frosty, you got to think about what you're going through for New Year, so you can't even think about the internet. You know, I think like it takes a month for everyone to clear their heads. I think now it's coming to February.
Yeah.
Everyone's minds just got overloaded. Trauma. Not even if anyone's lost anyone, just the madness what the internet's been
That's
doing
why.
the last month.
That's why I
Now
wanted to
everybody
bring-
can think now. Like I couldn't think already. I've got another funeral next week, and that. You get me. Like there's loads of things that go through people's heads, and that. And I said it takes a
You know what?
time.
I'll give you that.
Settle.
That's a fair. What you've just done there is a pretty good breakdown. That's a pretty fair assumption there, brother. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, everybody's
Johnny-
been going through shit. Like we can't keep up and even think of our thoughts because everybody's just going back and forth, and there's so much shit in our
Yeah,
brains
I
that's
hear you. I
making
hear
the
that.
internet fucking up our heads, innit? You know what I mean?
Let's every now and again, mate. You do drop a fucking golden nugget or two. Do you know that? Cuz I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Every now and again, you fucking
every
you surprise me. Let's.
January was a like I could have
Yeah.
came on. I could have come on in December, and Bain just came out with mad shit about these people, and then I'd have probably been as bad as them. But I said to the brother, I said, I'm not going to speak about him until the end of January because it's not in my nature to speak about the dead when
Didn't
he
darken your
wasn't,
soul just to fucking here go back at somebody
Yeah.
else either, mate.
he wasn't even buried yet or nothing. So I said I wasn't going to speak about him. I said I will set the live up for the 31st and give my intake on it. My intake, by the way, is it's not everybody's opinion. It's not everything, but it was there for everybody to see. And if you didn't see it, you had blinkers on.
Oi, can I just say this as well, out of manners and respect? Because I always say this, and I'm different to everybody in this sense. You get me? But what do you think of this? And it like you see me, like when my sister passed away, but not making it about me. If somebody said to me, "How did you die?" I get mad, and I won't even answer them, and I just want to punch them. Like, what the fuck did you
See,
get?
a lot of the
With
times, though,
respect,
Lex,
I've had
that's
people that
some-
no, but I've had
sometimes
people
that's
that wait there. Let my
people,
point is though. Wait there, my point is.
Go on, let
I've
him
had
land.
people die around me, and that, you know what I mean. And I don't
Aye,
never
but see, a
go
lot
to
of
them. And
times,
wait
Lex,
there,
that's
wait there. Let me
because
just finish, bro. Let me land, please. You get me? I've
Sorry,
had
bud.
people that
Oh,
people that die around me and that, yeah. And then I go to them and I say, "Oh fucking hell, joke think." I'd never once think in my head to say, "Oh, how did he die?" Like it's, in my head, it's just like, "Oh, it's past manners, respect. They died." I'm not into no to involvement of why they've died. But like something like with Rudy, it's the same thing, isn't it? Like I don't want to know. People are saying, "No, this, that." I'm saying I don't give a fuck how he died. To this day, I don't know how he died, and I don't want to know. If anyone tells me, I want to punch him in the face. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, he's gone, and that's just the way I am. You know what I mean? End of the day, they're gone. It's not my business how they died. I just miss the person, and that's the respect I've got. Like I don't want no info on people's shit because it upsets me, innit? You know what I mean?
Lex,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
I
because
get what
people
you're
didn't
saying. You're
want
saying
to
that.
assume
Yeah,
that
let
person suffer.
I'll go ahead.
That's because people didn't want to think that, like, hopefully they didn't suffer. Like, it's a big difference between somebody dying in their sleep or somebody suffering with like cancer for fucking ages, and it's the hope that they didn't suffer, mate.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm
it's
funny.
not
That's
so
why I
much
switched
like,
to the
oh, I want to
cancer
get all the
thing.
information.
Yeah.
It's the hope.
I don't
like,
want no
hopefully it wasn't
information. I don't
horrific.
want to know how he died. You know what I mean? I just think
Aye.
it's sad that he's gone. And it doesn't matter if you told me he died from this or that. End of the day, he's gone. You know what I mean? That's my point.
But
That's
I
usually
think
what it is, mate. It's just the hope that
think-
somebody didn't suffer it.
I think people needed to know. Well, the family wanted people to know of the situation of how, not how he died, but the circumstances in which led, like he was, kind of like his niece found him, and like he was pushed to the brink and stuff like that, and the 3 months of no contact with them, the 3 months of being non-stop and called a woman abuser, and
See, I thought he just knew that. In my head, I'm thinking he knows it's the game. He's like me. They're chatting shit. It doesn't mean nothing. It's the internet. That's what was in my head. If I thought it was that deep, I wouldn't have. You know what I mean? I just thought like he's got it in it. Like he always backs me. I leave him on himself. He's a confident geezer. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna let these pricks bother him. But you never know what bothers people in it.
I was just going to say
Yeah.
that, Lex. You don't know. You don't. Sorry, go on, General.
Yeah.
Go on.
lads, I personally know it affected him because me and Reedy spoke about it, because I said he was like adamant on this banner being removed. Yes, they are, Mikey. Sorry. he was adamant about this banner being removed of calling me and him a nonce. He was adamant. Because really had nothing to do with who was a mod on my channel. Do you know, what did Reedy have to do with that? You know, when Axel and TNK had the exact same person as a mod, so he couldn't wrap his head around why he was being nonce off for something that was nothing to do with him. And I had said to him, listen,
The bullies, man. The bullies.
Just ignore it. I said, just ignore it.
Good.
But then it turned into Reedy ended up in arguments with him. And then it turned into worse than that. You know, and then it came out the Abby thing. Abby was basically and he felt like he had to bring the Abby thing to public before it ended up went to somebody and said, oh, you know, Reedy's a bit of a fucking, like, I think Reedy's a fucking nonce or something because he's asked, you know, to have kids or that.
You couldn't
You know,
Go on.
I stuck up for him then because I know what Abby's like and that, and she just twisting words.
Pals, Bairns,
I just want to say this about the kids thing, yeah. You see, when I meet a bird, whether I meet her online, whether I meet her in a fucking rave, whether I meet her in the queue to Asda, when I start chatting to a girl, you change numbers and that, yeah. One of the first things I ask a bird is, do you have any kids? Because if you're going to be linking a bird for shagging and whatnot, you need to know if she's got kids, bruv, so you can work things out. So it's one of the first. I don't see anything wrong. I've said it from day one. Asking a bird that you're potentially looking to be, if she's got kids, I don't see that as pervy. So I didn't like that, and I said that at the time, but I've never really mentioned it. I just want to say this thing now.
Even if they how old are they, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with what Reedy was asking her.
No, like, it's a normal thing that most men do. If you meet a bird, have you got kids? Oh, I've got 2 kids. Rare. It's to work out what days you can date her. Come on, man. Sorry, go on.
Frosty, I've been in a pub and I've been speaking to fellas and they've seen my screensaver and my young lad and they've went,
yeah.
Is that your young lad? What age is he? I've got a young lad. Or I've got a young girl about the same age.
It's a natural question, man, if you're thinking that you could somewhere that's got to go down the line, it's got to go somewhere, right?
Exactly. And I'm just being super basic and a bit grungy here. Even if it's just a linking thing and you're just trying to smash on the weekends, you need to know if she's got kids. You need so you can. Oh, have I got you for the weekend or have I got you for 2 hours on a Friday? Like, it's just a question you ask women.
Bro, that's asking the question, innit? But even if you don't ask the question, the fact that she says doesn't mention kids and she's got kids, that's even a mad thing. Because if you meet a woman, they're meant to say like, "Oh yeah, I've got a kid." She ain't mentioned kids. You know what I mean?
Like the older somebody gets, there's more chances they've got to have kids. So if you're 20, there's less chance you get kids than if you're 25 or fucking 30.
Well, I was just literally jumping up to say exactly that, man. If you're in your 30s and you're meeting a bird, yeah, there's a very good chance that the bird you're chatting to could possibly have kids, and it's a natural thing. So, oh, do you have kids? Oh, you do. You have 2. And like me and my missus had this conversation last night. You'd actually want a man, if you're linking with a man and you like him and you got kids, surely you want that man to be like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Oh, he ain't just coming from my pum, he's coming because
it's like a CV check. It's like a CV check, like check you come in the record, like what they call
I didn't
it.
marry my missus and think fuck her kids. I married her and her kids. Like, do you know what I mean? We're family.
Yeah, and you would like to think of a bit
Monk,
of
for instance, let me ask you, Monk. You seem to be a man of the world. I mean, I know you've been married to Obs for a while, but has there been a time, Monk, where you've met a bird in a pub, in a rave, walking down the street, you get linking and you ask her, "Oh, do you have any kids?" But like, is that a dodgy question? Have you asked a bird that question yourself at some point in your life, Monk?
Many times when I was in my 20s and 30s.
And it's just a normal thing, is it not?
Normal thing, mate.
Yeah,
it's even just that. Like, I'm a single fucking dad, so like I met my missus and fucking, I was like, "Oh, by the way, you should ken, I've got a fucking bairn who's an adult." You know what I mean?
It's just a normal thing. It's just a normal thing.
If it wasn't for Lolly K, who's more than my child, it's called saying Reedy. She does have a kid. Reedy would have still been.
Big up Baz,
listen,
man.
For me, a bird
General,
only
you can put me
bird
in the
with
back if
kids.
someone wants to come on.
I'll
You know,
drop
put
you
me in the
in
back
if
if you
you
say.
could read a bit
Yes,
ladder.
Wait,
what's happening, lads?
oi,
You all right, boys?
the only bird, yeah, who would have kids and
Pick
would
up, Baz.
like think
All
that's
right,
weird. You're asking about like, oh, have you got kids or how old are they? Is a girl that's only really, in my eyes, wanting to smash and a dash.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
only wants to smash and a dash. If she's getting funny about him asking questions about her kids, she ain't looking at it really as a long-term thing. She's looking at smash and a dash.
Hey, GC, that was hard to listen to that, mate, but I was so through, mate. So through, mate. Come on, man.
It's been needed done for a while, boss, and I hope everybody can take in a bit of
Oh,
line of
I
like
mean,
what
you done me and you done that thing on the day when the heart. Me and you made peace and that kind of thing, and that's going to stick. I know that
yeah.
now. And fucking like this, I hope everybody else does to follow suit. And because, like I say, there is a lot of people out there nonsense cunts, but a lot of people do it in return as well. Maybe that we should just be quiet when we're getting attacked and just let them look stupid. Come on, man. One of
Can I
them.
give a few big ups as well, though? 'Cause I
I
always get
believe
told,
What's happening, lads?
yes,
I
bro.
bel
I always get told to don't go with these people, and there's been people that's walking through fucking packs, throwing all these little leeches off the shoulders, walking all through them, and that's bad. You get me? You know what I mean? You know, people have been
So,
against him, but he's always chatted the facts. And if you just stay with the core, the
What the
realness will always
fuck?
come out.
big
What's
up,
wrong with
man.
But I
Big up,
jumped off
Lex.
because I
You're the
don't go in
same,
the
mate.
back
You're
chat.
the
I
same,
just
really
in
man.
the
would
back chat, and
have
it said, "Let me on," and there was
that would read this out.
6 of
Really
us
would
on
have
here.
wanted
But
to
kick
be
me off
alive.
Let's
anytime, GC, bro.
Let's one sec. You need to address this.
Nah, I just want
Really
you.
would
Yeah.
really would have wanted to be alive if he didn't meet you. You took that boy's soul, go make you feel better because your life is do sad. Family wants justice, you say. Karma's. Yeah, the family does want justice.
Come on,
Axel.
I'll jump on the bandwagon, man. Yo, I'll fly up there if they want justice. I'll go fly a really flag.
I'll be with you as well, man. I'm right behind this in like 100%. I think this is going to make a YouTube better. Like, see, I made a better, and it's because of Reedy. You come out. I mean, you have to remember that if it wasn't for Reedy, me and GC wouldn't have made that properly, and everybody, us, like me, you, Frosty, me, you, Monk, anybody else, we could have still all been at each other's fucking throats, but we're not because of Reedy. Come on,
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
the one that let me get to
big
kind
up
of like
Reedy.
GC side. You get me? Like he always big me up, and then if someone bigs you up a lot, then probably if they don't like it, they might say, "Okay, we'll let him off." You know what I mean?
I
Reedy was
thought-
one of them people, innit?
I totally learned that day. As soon as that happened to a young man, I was like, I don't want that for nobody, man. No chance.
It's not even sunk
Yeah,
in yet. Like all this talk today, when I come off here, I'm going to be thinking properly on myself. This
Genghis,
is the
did you
first
get
time
that
I've had
account?
time to think about what's happened over Christmas. Everything's been a roller coaster. You know what I mean? Online,
Aye.
somebody died, personal stuff as well. Then you're online,
Aye.
you got family to you know what I mean? Like it's all been
It's
fucking
been,
1,000 miles an hour.
it's been up and down. It's just said like me and Monk kind of fell out over like the voice note shit, and when you actually think about it, me and Monk are the fucking nothing. They were basically nothing to do with it. It was stupidity. It's
Mm.
And I can
stupidity.
still
Like,
clarify to this
100%.
day, General never sent me nothing. I have not got
yeah,
General's
like
number.
I
I
got
don't know how to
blamed
contact him. I'm not
for
on Instagram with him.
yeah.
I got sent that via third party, and I'm not willing to say who it is. It
No,
simply as
no,
that.
no,
No,
no
we're
way.
past all that now. Any Monk, we're past
Yeah,
all that anyway,
that's
cuz.
it.
Aye.
You just move on
That's
from it.
We know
I'm
what
Did
it
you
sweet.
Monk.
get that?
Come on,
I'm
man.
Did you
sweet.
get that account, Genghis? Did
Uh,
you get anybody get that account just for?
I'm sweet.
I kind of remember her really talking the first. You remember she switched up, but I didn't hear on TNKs. I didn't watch and I wasn't subbed. Is that Kirsty you're on about? Listen, Kirsty and Reedy came onto my channel as a couple on Reedy's on his
Yeah, I
thing
remember.
together in
I
her house
remember.
or in his house, and that's the way they came on.
Sitting next to each other on that sofa, innit?
Yeah, then it turned into hang. And listen, Reedy then they fell out. Reedy, I gave Reedy a spanner and said you can block her from the chat. Then one time Reedy said, let her on. They ended up in a big argument. She said a couple of mad things about her. I booted her, and then that was it. She was never to be allowed back on again because that was a thing. But she was brought on the TNKs on
The dog
just
ate her
after
burger.
just after Reedy died. She was brought
Yeah,
on TNT.
yeah.
For what reason is unknown to me. I don't know. And listen, we'll probably never know, will we? At the end of the day, when I spoke to the brother, he spoke to. Sorry, excuse me. He spoke to me about Kirsty, and they don't have very good things to say about her, and that's just me being honest. I'm not gonna lie, do you know what I mean? But
I've
I'm
got
not
another
going.
good one for you.
I'm
This
not
can
going.
sink into you. This can sink into all of us, innit? You know what makes me feel guilty and bad? Like, I've got real life stuff going on in that, you know what I mean? And like, obviously people have dropped as well, you know what I mean? And it's like,
Yo,
I'm on the internet, like, saying stuff and getting emotionally involved in stuff. Sometimes, like, someone might be calling me, I'm on the internet, then somebody's passed. And it's like, rah, I'm feeling it, you know what I mean? Then I've got real people dropping around me, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Am I going mad or something? What the fuck am I on the internet for? Having these thoughts for, you get me, when I've got real shit going on as well, you know, and it's
Oi,
just like
not
a
only
mad
that,
to
lads, yeah.
mix it, you get me?
Not
I
only
agree.
that, yeah, but yeah, listen,
Because I
this should
feel
make
Reedy's
people.
death, and I've got
Lads,
another funeral going,
lads,
but it's not even in my
lads,
head, you know what I mean?
I hear you,
lads,
lad.
This should
Sometimes you're more
make
connected.
people realise. This should make people realise, yeah, you don't know what the fuck people are dealing with in the background, man.
Right.
100%.
You don't know what the fuck. Listen, we all know I'm a wimp. I'm quite open about my mental health. I have a
Sorry,
tattoo.
pal.
No, but listen,
Sorry,
listen.
pal.
I have a tattoo. I have a tattoo on my hand, and it is tears of a clown because I come on and I'm a clown. Yeah, you don't know what I'm dealing with in
We're
the
all
background.
clients.
Just like
We're
I
not
don't know
down the
what
day. Look,
anybody's dealing with in the background.
we're all
Yeah.
Think
clients.
about that, man.
Monk, at least,
We're all,
at least you
Oi,
ain't gone,
Monk,
Monk, at
I'm
least
a
you ain't gone live
psychologist.
crying on a bridge,
I was
mate.
trying to do psychology with you, Monk, through music, but you didn't get a
Let Frosty
psychology
talk.
part.
Let somebody else talk for a sec. Let's.
Nah, but what
Josh,
you just said,
Josh,
this is what I thought of you. Like when you talk, I thought,
Josh,
okay, you
yo,
go at people, but you might be going through shit
lads,
yourself.
lads, Josh, do you want to?
yo, nah, I just wanted to jump on there. That Gail Dawson, I don't even know who that is yet, but she just said she got it wrong, you know, because she was deeply offended with me asking Celtic to say sorry, which is fucking madness, really, given what he was saying to me.
All right, Josh.
Yes, big
Yes.
bass.
How
Listen,
you doing, mate?
on this, we're all. That's why I play that. So we're just rodeo clients because that's basically what we are on here.
Mate,
We're just
of course we
rodeo.
are. Of course we are, mate. Sitting up on it in the
Aye.
middle of the night, pissed up, arguing, yeah, it's just stupidity, innit, really?
You're not wrong, Josh. I sit here day after day out my nut on fucking mad skunk. You're not wrong, Josh.
But you're not doing it in the night though. I've not done it in the night for a while, which is making me laugh even more. How am I getting shit for jumping on the panel and jumping off at about 8:30 yesterday?
Do you want to care what GC, right? See this now. This is actually going to help YouTube. I'll get it back to the way where everybody gets on, has a laugh, and does it.
Unfortunately, Baz, I don't think it's gonna. I think there's gonna be a lot of deflection and a lot of, oh, but you said this, oh, but you argued with this person, and you
Well, look
argued this.
already, Johnny. Look at all the clips that have been put
No,
up.
you want to care what though, GC? I think they've been putting their place good and proper. So I think they're going to be quiet for a bit, and like everybody else who's getting on is going to be good.
There's already a community post was put up this morning by Axel, and I'll read it out to you all. What's happening? What's happening is people throwing accusations around to protect their own conscience. Funny how all the shit he said and did just gets erased now. We didn't erase our channels. You did. The abuse he gave out, the arguments he started, the way he pushed people, all forgotten. No, you fucking nonced him off for how long, and he reacted. Yes, he said mad shit to you. I don't agree with, and I pulled him up on it. Even though I don't like you, I still fucking pulled Reedy up on it. You could easily sat back and said,
And you know
"Don't
what, right?
fucking."
There's a difference between having an argument on a panel with someone and fucking getting angry and calling somebody a nonce once, and to waking
It's the
up,
people.
and setting a live up and constantly going at somebody with a banner, calling them this and that.
Aye.
That's different level. That's
Yeah.
different level.
100%, mate. That's actually stalking
You
something.
can have
Come
an
on,
argument and in anger go, "Oh, you Nancy bastard," and fuck off. But to wake up
Aye.
every morning and do a fucking live with banners and pictures and shit like that,
You-
that's next level. That's
Yeah,
next
I'm just going
level.
to say
That's
this.
like
That ES,
Axel. That's
that
like
ES
Axel.
fella as well.
Right there.
EF
I'm gonna
can
say
have
though,
it
I'm
as
gonna
well.
put.
EF
I've
can
got to
have a
put a
little
friend
cunt.
in the mix as well.
One sec,
Lammy's the
let
same as
General
well. Lammy
finish
does
reading
what
the
Axel
post.
does. They make videos and then they just go at each other and my head. Big up Lammy because he's cool and that, and I've got time for him. But
Let
they're
General
both
finish
kind
reading
of
the
the
post,
same,
lads,
innit?
then we
Like they're
can break
both
it down.
doing the same
Order,
shit.
order. Let General crack on, mate.
It says, and suddenly anyone who ever spoke back is being painted as a villain. Nah, that's not how reality works. You don't get to rewrite history because it's convenient. You don't get to pretend you were innocent when you were right there in it too. Where was I right in it? Axel, I've never nonce you off once on here. You've nonced me off for coming up to 2 years. I've never still once called you a nonce. What's happening, Joanne? And what else does it say? Hold on. You don't get to pretend you were in it. So yeah, holding someone accountable does not mean inventing blame when there is none. I will not accept responsibility for something that is not mine to carry. Say what you want, but say the truth. So have I said any lies about have I lied about anything?
No.
Have I lied about
No.
anything with about what's happened in the build up to Reedy's death? Have I lied about any of it? Yes, I've said Reedy said stuff back, but did Reedy just jump on a panel and go, Axel, you're a nonce, or EF, you're a nonce? No.
No, they're just.
That was usually after him being called CD Reedy and spoke about on the panel. He would jump up and be like, "Fuck you all, you're all nonsense."
They chased them all over YouTube. That
I was
ES.
going to say this as well, yeah. Since Reedy died, have you not noticed that it's been a bit of a, what's the word? Not a campaign, but it's almost been like a damage limitation. There's been clips put out of me and Reedy arguing. And I'm not talking about Howlerhead in the way that certain people have put them up, because those have been put up in a funny way. I'm talking about over there, clips have been put up of me and Reedy arguing, and the title is GC and Frosty have blood on their hands
Yeah, it's
also.
deflection, Frosty.
Shit
It's
like
deflection.
I just
A week
think
before
we
this
should.
TNK thing come out, one sec, lads. A week before this TNK thing come out, Axel was over there doing his same old campaign, trying to bad mind us, and he was like, "This Frosty guy's got demons in his closet. He goes on like he's too nice, and he's on YouTube to protect women." One, I've never said I'm on here to protect fucking women. Two, I've never said, but yeah, people like him that scream the loudest have got. And then look what happened to your mate. A week later, it turned out to be a dog nonce. You didn't apologise to me for that, though, Axel, but you sat there rinsing me on your panel saying I need looking into because I'm the one screaming too loudly about protecting women.
Yeah, listen, right? Well, I what I think. I think we should.
No blood on my, sorry, one sec. Me in general, and I and anyone, we have no blood on our hands, mate. There is no blood on my fucking hands, bruv.
Yeah, what I think, right? I think we should fucking mark what happened to Reedy mean something. Like, that's what I think on YouTube.
We're going to do a live. We're going to do a live actually celebrating this thing instead of. I just needed to get this out of the way and get it.
That's good, man. Good.
Then
I can probably pick some stuff where Reedy was funny as well. I've seen loads of funny stuff. We got these funny clips together and put them together and just sit and watch them. That'd be good.
I think that's a
good idea, Baz. Big up. Good idea.
There's a clip of William Online put up, and it's about EF, and it shows you the comments. So he's clipped all the comments of EF following really about chats, and I can't remember what to say. But
I've seen it.
Did you see it? Yeah.
Aye.
Like it's all there to see, and shit like that. You know. What you've got to understand is 3 months, in around 3 months, left to sit brought on the panel for sheer entertainment, to be like basically wrong on off, whether it was woman beater called CD, called a nonce, whatever, to his niece finding
That's a
him
dagger.
dead. Do
Did,
you know what I mean?
did you not notice they were all connected, GC? They're all connected. Like you had Axel, EF, they're best of fucking buddies. Then you had Northern King, Axel, best of buddies. It's like they were all planning stuff. It's like they came what they were doing, and it was all for views.
No, no.
Can I've got. Okay, go on.
They'll say that their arguments were different, but it all stemmed from the same fucking kind of
Group.
like, and it was always like relentlessly done. Now,
Make coffee.
like when Reedy knew about the voice note that Amanda sent, Reedy refused to go on TNK's out of his own hang. Now, Reedy was then accused of it was my fault. So I was the one like controlling Reedy not to go on. Like,
Sorry to cut you, General. Can you just explain to people how? Because I don't know if because it's obviously been a lot in this live, but can you just explain to people how, when Reedy heard the voice notes, how that affected him, please? Because I don't know if you've said that yet, or if you was going to. But can you just let people, like, because people need to understand certain. It was a lot for Reedy and them. Yeah.
When Reedy heard this voice note of the stabbing of Amanda being threatened to be stabbed,
I know you can't go into too much, but yeah, sorry.
Reedy. It hit Reedy big time because Reedy's sister, something similar had happened, and Reedy couldn't get his head around why we couldn't go online and basically out TNK. And Reedy was like, "I'm not going to this panel again." And I was like, "If you don't go on this panel, Reedy, he's going to know there's something up." And TNK was messaging Reedy flat out. Why you not coming on my panel, etc. That's facts. He's like, we've heard him say on a live. Do you know what I mean? Saying.
So do you think he knew that she was passing them voice notes around in GC?
TNK? Do you think TNK knew?
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah, but like if he's like come away and he's like coming on my panel, do you think he had an inkling that them voice notes are being passed around already?
Hold on 2 seconds. Yes, Monk, give me 2 seconds. Hi, crew, if you could stick them up, please, that would be appreciated. Yes, Monk, I believe he had an inkling, yes.
Right. Kind of makes sense then, doesn't it?
And just for those that are interested, this is why I still would pop up in. I didn't really go, but this is maybe why everyone was like, "Oh, why is Frosty still hanging around?" It wasn't I was hanging around them, but listen, a lot of general stock talk. I had to still pop up in their chats and be like, "Hi guys," every once in a while because it wasn't playing the game, people. But I told General what it was. Like what General just said. If all of us disappeared from their chats, they would have known something was up. So I had to play the nice guy role, like, Frosty. Maybe this is why people was like, Frosty's a rat and a snake. But there was shit going on that people weren't privy to. Sorry, I just had to get that bit out as well, General. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. No, that's true. That's true. Like I did say to the likes of Frosty, like if everybody just pulls off, it's going to be too noticeable. But I don't know if you ever seen Monk. At one stage, he said something about me, Nolan King, and I jumped up. I lost it, and I jumped up on the panel. I says, "Oh, fuck up, you woman abusing bastard," and he then started to ring him out and go mental.
Right. No, I didn't see that, but okay.
I remember that. I remember that. That wasn't too long ago.
No, I think things were starting to get. And then I removed the spanner, and then he accused me of trolling his dead brother and stuff.
Yeah.
But I removed the spanner because I heard what I heard on the voice notes, and I was like, I don't want that. But then he this is how manipulative and he thought he was playing me, like, well, kind of. He just randomly gave me a spanner, and then I goes, you know what, I'll play him at his own game. So I gave him a spanner back in my chat, and then the voice note all came out, and then like I was said, it was never to be. I never went. See, when he gave me a spanner, I never went back in his chat again because I was in around just after. I just says it's against It's just against what I'm saying. I'm not going back in. That's exactly what I said. I'm not doing it. So I never went back in. And he was probably questioning, like, what you would be, why are they not coming back? Why are they not in the chat? Yes, how true, the family would be okay with it. They would be okay.
Sorry, I was just laughing at McRae's comment. Reedy and his 3-string guitar. Do you remember?
Yeah.
The 3-string guitar.
I think me and him had a guitar off one night on my live, man. To be
Yeah, that's when he got the 3-string guitar out, man.
That's when he got it out, weren't it? Yeah.
Yeah, the guitar with 3 strings, bro.
3 strings, man.
Big up McRae.
I think I called him Huckleberry Finn that night.
Sorry for this. I just saw that comment there, man. We need to remember the funny bits while we're doing
That's
this.
what I definitely. Yeah, Monk's
Do you know what,
the best at the
Frosty?
guitar, but really
Get loads of clips
together at happy times.
Oh,
They clap
Monk,
happy
Monk,
times. Clap
I'm
it
not
together.
a musician, you get me?
Right,
but I said to
GT,
him-
I'm
I
off,
said to
mate.
him-
Right, cheers
I
for
said-
having us up, bro. Right, rest in peace,
Later,
my boy.
guys.
I'll see you later, boys. Right, take it easy, lads. Fun.
Big
Later,
up.
guys.
Oh, Monk, I said to him and that, yeah. I said to him, fucking, you get me, like, he's good at guitar, but you're like an expert. But he actually played the guitar, you know what I mean? Like, he can actually play. But I was saying, I think
Yeah, I know he can.
Nah, but I think his guitar, I was saying to him, no, I was laughing, saying, I think that you need to tune up the strings, because with guitars, you got to tune it up to make the right note come out in it. I think it was just untuned.
Remember, I stole his paintings. That's what it was. The Daniels guy, he was like me, and he used to be adamant. Like he was always, I'm nicer looking than you, General, stuff, and because he won these polls that I was never fucking in, but I stole his paintings on him. He sent me the pictures, and I stuck them up and said, "What do you think of my paintings?" And everybody was like, "They're lovely, they're good." They're fucking good. He was fucking like, "You can't." And I for a time, I always said, "No, they're my paintings." Even if people asked, I was like, "Really, stop lying. They're my paintings."
Do you remember Reedy and Carrington fucking in their arts and crafts talk all the time? Do you remember?
Yeah, the cockeyed giraffe.
Oh, fucking hell, mate.
Yeah, that's how crew. Stick them up. It would be really appreciated if you could, because they actually need the clips. The family need a lot of it. I never knew. I've just subbed to you. I knew somebody had said mentioned you think see you Jimmy before, and I'd subbed to you before. I must have unsubbed if you haven't posted in a while, and then I've hang. I only just recently found out about TNK, man. Holy good fuck.
Oh, sugar, really?
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do one day? I'm going on a pilgrimage to Chris Pigott for a £1 burger. And I'm going to go live there one day in my life. I swear down, you lot will see me eating a £1 burger from Chris Pigott in honor of the boy Reedy. I promise you I'll do it one day. I mean it. I'll get a train up there. The £1 burgers are on me.
What was that in Blackpool or something?
Yes, that's true too. The trade their hardest to get ready.
And in Blackburn? I thought it was in Blackburn.
The trade their hardest to get ready to go against me. He would never do it. They've tried their hardest with quite a few people, to be fair. Frosty, probably you've been too.
But that's not what it was for them. That's what it was for TNK and Axel, isn't it? As long as they got big numbers, they're the you know what I mean.
When I gave them the channel, my thing was, I knew really was struggling, and I thought lads and him could go, and if people didn't want to watch, then they didn't have to watch, so they didn't.
Who'd have thought you giving them that channel would have put such a fucking cat amongst the pigeons, General?
Jesus Christ. Next minute it was like a troll channel, even though TNK was a mod on it. I forgot he was a mod on it. And
that shows you how much of a life it is to them. Do you know what I mean?
You know
it's
what
not a life, man. It's just a channel chill. But that shows how serious they take this stuff.
Do you know what, Monk? Do you know what Axel said to Reedy in a live one day?
No,
Reedy said, I'm going to go. Now, first of all, fair play to Reedy, because Reedy wouldn't give up who gave him the channel. Now, not once did I say to Reedy, don't say who gave him it. I just woke up the next day. Anyway, the next day I woke up, Reedy and Axel are arguing on a live, And Reedy says, I'm just going to go live on my own channel. And Axel says, you won't be going live. My spot says, and then it's TNK. And then it's saying,
Wow.
You're joking.
I want to punch these people, you know. Bro, I've never been physical, but I will. People like that, I will punch in real life.
I only literally found out recently of somebody that spoke to Reedy. I found out that Reedy didn't want to go. Reedy didn't want to go live because he knew what was coming his way if he had went live on that channel. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad?
Yeah,
that is sad, man.
That's
Wait,
fucking
do
horrible.
you remember the first time he done his
That's
first
horrible.
live and he had about 3 lives going?
Oh fuck, that was amazing.
Fucking brilliant, man. It jumped off. I'm just gonna sort it out, and then another live would pop up, and you'd be like,
He was re-streaming somebody else. Re-streaming somebody else, but sitting on their live.
Monk. How could Reedy be on a panel with who was it? It was Josh and someone else. Reedy kicked himself off the panel, started another live, left them 2 on 1 live, and was on another panel talking to himself.
I remember that.
Only Reedy could do that, cuz. Only Reedy.
No, it took me 6 months to get Reedy to
No, sorry, no. I want my flowers for that, mate. I want my flowers. We was on that panel for 2 hours that day. 2 hours on that panel, bruv.
Do you not remember? I packed my live in and I went upstairs and I put my wee lad on his tablet and was like, my fucking 4-year-old can make more sense.
Bro, that was one of the hot. Me and you sitting on that live telling Reed. Do you remember we were telling? Remember when you set up the streamer, Jen was saying to him, you write your title where it says title, then you add the destination. Where do I add? It took him nearly an hour just to find out how you add destination. Jen was going to him, there's a little thing underneath it, a circle with your avatar. Press it. I can't do it. Bruv, 2.5 hours on a panel.
A recap for Jimmy. 3-month period before Reedy passed, so there was a 3-month timeline. On that 3-month timeline of him being non-stop, called a woman abuser, and everything else by a group of people, and he was saying he was going to his sisters. I don't know if you remember, for dinners and stuff, and going to his families. He wasn't, mate. He was basically in his house alone, and he always said he couldn't lock his front door and stuff. And obviously Axel was pretending he was in Blackburn or stuff that week coming up to his death. And his niece went round and Reedy was at the window screaming help, help. And by the time she couldn't get in, so the fire brigade ended up coming and cutting the door down or putting the door in or whatever it was, and he was just found sitting up dead by himself, no contact for 3 months. But you know, because he maybe rang somebody a few times, he was a sex pest, he was this, that, the other. Do you know what I mean? And that's the sad reality of thing.
Yeah, that's sad, man.
It's just called bullying. Like, that's all it is. Because I remember it should be me that's getting slated. I'm the one that said, but everyone slated it, saying that I said all white ladies deserve to be raped or something, something mad like that.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, no, I was just mentioning something about, like, my granddad, when he came over, he met a white lady. They had consensual, blah, blah, blah. And Reedy agreed with me, but everyone was saying, oh, said women deserve blah, blah, blah. But he got the backlash of that, not even me. Like, because Reedy stuck up for me. Everyone went at him and forgot that I'm the one that said it. All he said is, I know what you mean. That's all he said, you know. I get what you mean. Everyone went straight at Reedy and left me alone.
Very true. He copped it for you, bro. Very true.
Yeah, you get me. You know what I mean?
He did. Very true.
And he copped a lot of stuff for me. Innit? You know what I mean? But I just thought, like, you don't need to do it. You get me? But I look back now and I think, fucking hell. You know what I mean?
If you have 5,000 clips downloaded onto your computer, Axel, then you should have every live that you've done. Stick them all back up.
Oh, he's got them all. He's got them all. Fuck me. He's got everything on everyone
Listen, I'm
else.
not being funny. If he's got the clips of me and Reedy arguing, if he's putting up the clips of the time genuine Reedy had an argument over Kirsty when Reedy was drunk that time. Oh, you've been trying to chirp Kirsty, and General's
Yeah,
like,
from how long ago? From how long ago?
If you've got those clips to put up, why are you not putting any clips of the argument you had with him to prove that you weren't bullying him or nonsense him off day after day?
Oi, what's Axel's favourite saying? What's Axel's favourite saying? Cumbrian Truth taught me well, told me screen record everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it was Cumbrian Truth had told us that it was Axel that got him to make the group call to try basically intimidate Reedy. That I'll just play this, right? Just play this just for people that wanna.
Is that yeah? Chris. Fucking dickhead.
Just mute up a step, Rex.
You sit with anyone here, well, man. Okay, no, man. This is the internet people, man. This is our younger generation, man. Just save them. Give us a banner as well, you know. EF got off as well. I let him off when he come back. I knew he got off because he couldn't take it when he come back, holding himself off, and people let him back in. And he's being a dickhead again. I'm done now. This is enough for me now. I'm done. With people, certain people. He's obsessed, man. If it's not easy, fucking read it. Oh, me. Fucking obsessed kid is. He needs to get punched up here, though.
Wow.
Your tune didn't help because it's emotional and that can go to the emotions as well, you know what I mean? But no, that's fucking, I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. I don't want to say nothing, man. But as I said, people will sit on any table. Bare people on here just sit on any tables. I don't sit on tables. I sit on a table, but not eat off it. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting on a table and eating with people. I might just be at the table, but I'm not fucking eating the bacteria that you're eating on your food plates. You know what I mean? I'm not eating the same bacteria that you're eating on your food plate.
Like, do you know what? It would be very interesting. I don't know, like, obviously, listen, my memory's shit because of seizures and stuff. I apologise, but imagine if a coroner see that. Would that even make any difference to the cause of death? I don't know, but
But this is what I've been talking about. I'm trying to push lately, saying that there needs to be some AI type of court where it's like you don't go to court. You know what I mean? But like I don't know if you have to be shit, but you can't go online basically, and that's your punishment. Some people should not be allowed to be fucking online. I'm not saying they should be locked up, but they need to not have a device because they're a danger to what the words they're pushing out. and the device should be taken, so they can't even sign in to any device. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. People are using words
McRae,
too
he does it
fully,
now
man.
to Tunes. I know Tunes is an old man
Yeah,
and that, like, you know, but he does it to Tunes, mate. He does it to Tunes. He goes at the vulnerable, man. He's another one that goes at the vulnerable.
Can I just say, General, big up, mate. Big up for this. General's not a bad guy, people. I know what people are going to ask, Frosty, listen, just because I fucking had a go at General the other day over 50 quid, that means nothing. If you people think that I'm going to stop chatting to my brethren over him trying to do something good for me and like, best intent, but listen, General's a good guy, mate. General's a good person. So I just want to shout out General for, like, General's he's had all this on his head for fucking since the voice notes last fucking summer.
it's Jimmy.
Big up, General.
Big up General, man. That's all I'm saying. Big up General. General's not the best. General's not the cunt that these lot tried to make him out to be. I wouldn't fucking talk to him. My daughter wouldn't call him family. Sorry, go on, mate.
Jimmy, I had to do this. It felt. I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't be a mate to really if I didn't do it. I would do it I would do it for anybody, to be honest. But I wouldn't have been a mate if I didn't do it. I needed to make it the right time, and I needed to leave it the time. And listen, I'm sorry to anybody that it's affected, but I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I'm gonna play a tune.
All right.
Wait, listen, no, let me just say this, though, GC. Let me just say this. It's the perfect timing, because that's what I said earlier. Christmas, everyone's been going through shit. You know what I mean? It takes a month at least for shit to sink in, to like get into the new year. So look at the date. It's the perfect time to have a discussion without rushing it. You know what I mean?
Big up, General, for doing this. Peace out, everyone.
Yeah, man.
Take care. Tunes,
See you
you know what I
later.
mean, you fucking donut. Big love, everyone.
See you later. If everybody can put blue hearts and RIP really into the chat, please, while the song plays.